Welcome to the day. Welcome to our show. Thank you for joining us. We're Martin and Chelsea Matthews, and we're talking about face your numbers. Face the numbers, confronting your financial reality. So this is really the first step in making any change in your financial house, reaching your financial goals, because if you don't understand where you actually are, like for real, the reality of your financial situation, you can't do anything to change it. And so I'll give you an example of one of the ways that we're able to help our clients with our financial monitoring system is by really helping them to face all of their numbers in their complete financial house, being able to see everything, not just one piece of cash flow or taxes, but like everything. And we can identify and see what areas are you strong in, what areas are you at risk, and then giving precise actions and steps to be able to get the results that you want. So let me give you an example. In our financial monitoring system, we were able to take a client and look at their entire financial picture. And from that, they could see the reality of their situation. For example, we go over something called burn rate. Like if your income stopped or was interrupted, how long would your money that you have available now last you? And so this was something that the client was doing very well financially and very successful in business, but they were able to face their numbers and see the reality of the situation that if their income stopped or was interrupted, they didn't have very long for their money to last. And this was a huge risk. So they couldn't, if they didn't look at this, they wouldn't even know that this was a risk. And so by seeing this, we were able to do 3 specific things right away to be able to strengthen their financial house. Number 1, we were able to put some life insurance in place, and this was something that could be done immediately and can protect their financial survival. So if something happens to them, if they got hurt or sick and they couldn't work, they couldn't earn their money in their business, something happened, that money could pay them while they're alive, and it could keep their financial survival in their business and their household. So that's something for very little money that they could put in place right away. Then number 2, they were able to look at, okay, if my money is going to run out too quick, I don't have very much, I don't have very much money that's gonna last me if I need to rely on it. So then we looked at a plan to increase reserves. So how can we put more money aside so that it's there if you need to tap into it? And number 3, for more of a long-term goal to be able to increase the money that they have available and also put it to work, we're able to put a different type of life insurance in place where they could actually build cash that was available if they needed it, and they could also, it could grow tax-free, and they could use it to leverage for other things like cash flowing real estate. But the important key here is the money was available if they needed to tap into it. So this was 3 ways that we were able to strengthen their financial house and address that risk that they didn't even know that they were facing if they hadn't looked at their entire financial picture. And if that's something that you would like help with to be able to do, you can check out our Wealth Kickstart program at 6buildingblocks.com/kickstart. And we can help you to really face those numbers, and we can help to diagnose the exact prescription for you based on where you're doing well and where you could be at risk.
Yeah, so look, one of the things that we do in our business is we confront our money. First of all, one of the habits I have is I look at my money every day. Every single day, I look at my cash accounts. Where are things at? What came in? What's flowing out? What's there? Because if you don't know what's there, it becomes a mystery. And in our business, every week we do stats in our business. We know what condition our business is in different areas, what condition sales division is in, what condition revenue that came in, what condition that's in, gross income, what condition is that in, and is it up or down or is it flat? And then you confront that consistently. So most companies look at their revenues quarterly. By the time a quarter rolls around, I've looked at my money 12 times. So I've adjusted, I've done different things. I'm constantly drilling the fact that I'm confronting my money and I can make adjustments and changes as needed. So if you wait so long to look at stuff, It's gonna be a mystery. You're gonna react too slowly. You're gonna not be able to see what's there. You're not gonna be able to look at what's happening, what's going on. And so one of the ways that we do this, one, we do it for ourselves, because you have to be an example first in order for you to then show other people what some of the things to do. So we do it for ourselves, and then we help others understand what's our process. Why do we look at our money every day? Why do I do that? Because I'm drilling the aspect of confronting my money. You can't handle anything you can't confront. Every time you've ever had a situation in your life that you were trying to handle, if you could not face that situation, you could never handle it. So if I want to increase my wealth and I want to increase to different levels, by the way, I'm always going to be looking to increase to different higher and higher levels. So if I can't even face it, how the hell am I going to increase it? If I can't face something, I'm never going to handle it. So we look at our stats every week. We look at my money every day, and we look at our stats for our business every week, and we make adjustments, and we come up with a plan. What are we doing with all of that is we're building successful habits. I have the habit of looking every day. We have the habit of analyzing our stats and our numbers every week. If I don't put in those habits, guess what my results are going to be? Just haphazard. I'm never going to be in control. So a lot of people are like, I want to be in control of my money. I don't want my money to be in control of me. Well, what habits do you have? What are you repeatedly doing on the subject of your finances? And all your habits essentially tell me what result you're going to have. If you have poor habits, you're going to have poor results. That's just how it is. So if you look at your results, you can tell what the habits are. If somebody's overweight, guess what habit they probably have? Not working out and probably not eating right. That's the habits. I don't even need to look at their daily, I don't have to follow them every day to see what they're doing. I can just look at the results and I can see, okay, this person probably has this habit, that habit, that habit. So if you're not having the financial results that you want to have, we can help you with that by simply looking at your habits and then mapping out the clear blueprint and habits that you need to apply so that you get the results that you want to have in all areas. It starts with you, and that's the key thing that you have to do first to get the outcome that you want to have, is really looking at your money, keeping track, keeping stats, and then confronting that so that you can take the next step.
Yeah, so being honest with yourself, it's one thing to be willing to confront something and be willing to see it. Okay, my finances are not where I want to be, or okay, I'm doing really well, I'm successful, things are going well, but I feel like I could do more. And it can be a little bit scary or a little bit challenging or a little bit vulnerable to have to be transparent about the things that you're doing not so well at. And especially as business owners, it's really easy to be positive. I mean, it's not always easy to be positive, but it's, we tend to be positive, look at the bright side, think positive, we're pushing through, and so it's not always easy to stop and look at, okay, what are the areas that I'm not doing as well as I could? What are the areas that I could use some help? What are the areas that I could use an expert? So an example for me in my personal life is my fitness goals. Martin talked about being in shape and being healthy, and being honest with where you are and what you need help with and what you're not succeeding in is the difference between making a difference and not. And for me, when I was not getting my fitness goals, not really getting my fitness results that I wanted, it was hard to look at it because I used to be a personal trainer. I was in shape my whole life. I knew the things to do, and those things were not continuously working for me. I had to make some adjustments. I had to look at what am I doing that's working and what am I doing that's not. And then I had to admit that I needed some help from an expert. I didn't necessarily have all the expertise that I needed, even though I had a lot of knowledge. And then I had to be honest too. Sometimes people would say, oh, well, you're in better shape than a lot of people. Okay, but that was not my target and my goal that I wanted to reach. So if I was not being honest with myself, I could just get comfortable with where I am. But the more that I did not get the right information, the more that I did not seek expertise help, the worse my fitness got, the worse my health got, the more pain I had, the less energy I had, the more health problems I had. So I knew I had to do something different. I had to confront it and I had to be honest about where I was. And once I started working with a a personal trainer, and she gave me exact steps for workouts, for calories, for protein, for fat, for carbs, all of that was specific to me. Then I started getting the changes that I wanted. I started getting honest about what changes I needed to make. And that's what we're able to do for our clients by looking at all the specific areas of your finances and based on where you are now and where you want to be. Because you can't just follow the same financial goals and plans that everyone else has, because you are unique. Your financial situation, your household, your business, you are unique and your goals are unique. And so you need a customized plan to be able to identify exactly what you need to reach your goals in the quickest amount of time. So if you would like help with that, our Wealth Kickstart program is a really great place to start, to get some accountability, to really face those numbers and get a plan that's gonna get you exactly where you wanna go. And you can check that out at 6buildingblocks.com/kickstart.
All right, so confronting your financial reality is a catalyst. So it's a catalyst for all the things that you want to be able to do, you want to be able to be. So Chelsea and I have trainers. We got we have macros coaching and fitness coaching. So we've got trainers that help us in that area. So macros would be like your macronutrients, protein, fats, carbs, right? There's a formula, there's a specific goal that I've got, so it's customized for me. The specific goal she's got, that's customized for her. My workout fitness plan. So my workout fitness plan covers me 5 days a week and I do 2 on my own, right? So it's the same concept when it comes to your money. Something's gotta be the catalyst for change. Something's gotta be the thing that says, hey, I want to move from where I'm at now to going to something else. And sometimes what you need is somebody to help you bridge that gap. You can't outwork a poor diet. You can't go to the gym and just outwork a shitty diet. Okay, it's not going to work. Same thing is you can't out-earn poor habits. Yeah, totally ain't going to work like that, man. You can't out-earn poor habits. So here's an example of this. Athletes, especially football players, notoriously known for going broke after they leave pro football. Other athletes, same thing happens to them. What happened? So remember, these are very young people, somebody just getting out of college, 20, 21, 22 years old, and they're being handed millions of dollars. And their entire life, they've been learning and drilling this sport. They've been going to practice, they've been doing all these different things. They were not learning about handling millions of dollars. So they were not prepared for that. Their parents, most of their parents didn't know. A lot of the athletes didn't come from rich families. So they didn't know how to handle money either. So they couldn't teach their kids. So the parents couldn't teach their kids. The kids now go to, the NFL, NBA, or something like that. And what results is that they make all this money. They have great habits in terms of sports, but they have poor financial habits. So even though they're earning millions of dollars, they still cannot out-earn their poor habits. So much so that after receiving all this money, the poor habits leads them back to the poorhouse. And they're like, damn, what do I need to do? I made millions of dollars and I didn't know what to do with it. So financial issues doesn't just affect people who are poor or people who don't have a lot of money. It can affect a lot of people who have a lot of money. Look at MC Hammer, blew a bunch of money. Why? Because he was trying to support everybody, but he didn't have policies and procedures in place to determine, okay, who's gonna be on payroll? What's their job title? What task are they actually gonna perform? He was just kind of bringing everybody on with him, and he made $40 million in a year, and then he ended up going bankrupt afterwards. And this was in the 90s, $40 million in the 90s. Dude, due to inflation, double that, okay? That would be like making $80 million today and freaking blowing it. So understand that you're not going to outwork or out-earn poor habits. So once you can fix your habits that you have, you got to get your mind right to get your money right. If you can fix the habits that you have, the habit fixes a lot of the other stuff. You get discipline in, you get policies, procedures in, you follow an exact blueprint on how you're going to get from where you are to where you want to be. And you continually refine that. And that's the key for you going from, hey, I've got confusion or a mystery around my finances to having something crystal clear on how you're going to execute.
And here's a key to really developing that discipline, that it doesn't have to be so difficult of like doing the right thing or not. And it just comes down to the result that you want is, do you want that more than you want the bad habit that you're doing?
Your purpose versus the pleasure that you want.
Yeah, so for me, I had to stop eating gluten because it was affecting my body. And it was really, really, really hard because I love pizza, cookies, crackers, everything that has gluten, basically wheat in it. And for a while I struggled. I would get mad when he ate anything with gluten in front of me. And then it got to the point where I realized what it does to my body. It causes me pain, tired, I feel sick. And when I realized that, wanting to feel good and not in pain was more important than that instant gratification of enjoying that food, to where now I don't care about having gluten. I don't want to feel bad. I want to feel good. So that purpose, the purpose for that result is much bigger than the bad habit of eating the thing that causes me pain. So you have to make sure that your targets and goals, that you want it so bad, even more, 1,000,000 times more than the thing that you are trying to change. And that's gonna pull you up, and that's gonna help build the discipline to where it's not even a question if you're gonna do the right thing or not. And so it's so important to have the right information, to have accountability, and to be able to adjust along the way to build those habits and that discipline to make sure that you get exactly where you want to go. And we would love to help you to reach your financial goals, build an unbreakable financial house in life and business. And if you would like our help with that, check out our Wealth Kickstart program at 6buildingblocks.com/kickstart.
Hey, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Okay.
Great job.
Good job.